definitely need to thin this out. It definitely looks like a wig right now. Today is an exciting day because I am going to take this hideous wig that has many things wrong with it and turn it into a beautiful wig that I actually feel comfortable wearing outside, because right now as it stands, I will not wear this wig outside because of the following reasons. Number one is this lace front is fraying. Do you see that? It's absolutely horrible. The other thing is just the style of this wig. The front pieces are really, really thick. Not only that, but they're very long. And on my face structure, it doesn't look the best. It's not very flattering. I do better with more layers. I do better with a thinner front. And then if we lift the hair fibers back up and I come in a little closer, you'll notice that it looks like a very thick band of hair going across. It doesn't look like a natural hairline at all. It's just way too thick. Something needs to be done. It either needs to be plucked or I need to hide it all together. As well as this wig is old and ratty and tangly and looks horrible. Luckily, I found a way to take a old ratty snagging wig that just feels like it cannot come back from the dumps into a brand new feeling, luxurious, your fingers just glide through the fibers wig. Stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to show you the before and then the after, and hopefully it's like night and day and I can finally wear this wig outside. Good morning, friends. This is day 2. I literally just woke up. I did a little bit of a pregnancy workout for those of you who missed my last video. I am 23 weeks pregnant. Very excited. So as you know, I did a total refresh to this wig. I washed her properly. I got all of the dirt and grime and makeup off the lace. The only thing is when I run my fingers through her, obviously she catches. So the only way for me to get rid of this and make her feel like she's brand new is to now go ahead and put heat back into her. So that's literally what I'm gonna be doing now. What I did wanna mention though, is I recently just purchased these off of Amazon. What they are is a bunch of little pins. So you can pin your wig onto your mannequin head and she's not gonna go anywhere when you tug on her. So that's really important when I work on my wigs because I don't want them moving around. I just want them stationary and I want them solid and secure. So I'll put the links to everything I've used in this video down in the description. So I'm not gonna hold you up for this portion of the video because the refresh that I'm gonna do with the straightener and the fine tooth comb, it is exactly the same as the video that I just put up above here, how to put heat back into your wig. As I started putting heat back into this wig, I thought I should probably let you guys know that the whole idea behind putting heat back into my wig is really just to make these fibers as silky smooth as possible. It's really not to create a style at this point. This is to turn your fiber back into luxury and back into feeling brand new because the style can come later. Wow, she's looking so much better already. Look how silky smooth she is now. Can you believe that? Going from being how tangly she was and just like gross and disgusting and sticking up everywhere. So to create bangs, you want to make sure that your wig is sitting exactly where you're gonna be wearing it. And what I'm actually gonna do, because I do have some fraying lace at the front, I'm going to actually trim that lace with my little itty bitty lace cutting scissors. For the purpose of cutting the lace, I'm just gonna comb back these hairs so I don't accidentally cut them. I really want some precision when cutting this lace. Fraying lace, be gone. And even though this is still looking very thick at the front, it looks like a band. Remember, I'm not going to pluck it because my lace was fraying and I don't need to make it any worse. So the next piece of advice is when you're grabbing your hair for bangs at the front, do not grab too much hair unless you're really going for the straight across, going all the way back. Like, that's a look, but is it the look you want? It's not the look I want. I want my bangs to be beautifully blended, not too blunt, and I have a couple different scissor options with me. I have my regular hair cutting scissors, which is it's actually professional grade, like for actual hair. And then I have my thinning shears. These are actually my dog hair thinning shears. I have a rough collie. You can kind of see him in the reflection right there. He's such a good boy. But I've cleaned these and disinfected them and I'm gonna use these. All right, so this is gonna be a little scary because the only mirror I have is this one and I kind of need both hands. So this is gonna be really challenging to do bangs. Really betting on myself here and betting on my ability to do this. So wish me luck, guys. It's kind of scary. I've clipped back the hair that I'm not gonna cut. And if I bring these pieces forward, these are gonna be my bangs. And as you can see, I did not go too far to the side. I kind of chose, you know, mid eyebrow, I would say, because I definitely do not want to be cutting too far over to the side, because once you do that, you can't go back, right? Now, what I like to do is take these hairs, because as you can see, they're kind of on the side and I need them to come at the front. So I'm going to take my fine tooth comb it like this. And now here's a really important piece of advice, is keep in mind that when you cut hair, it'll spring back up a little bit. You want to give yourself a little extra space, like more room than you think is necessary, because you can always go back and cut more. But again, if you cut too much, there's no going back. And if you cut too much, it's gonna look silly. And especially because we're not wanting the blunt cut, we're wanting it to be feathery and just like really blended nicely. I am going to allow myself a little extra space, and that's just gonna be better for this whole situation. So now what I like to do is find the middle of my nose, and I'm going to comb the hair again, and then do a little twist, and put my clip just right about where I think the middle of my nose is, and I'm going to be cutting with my scissors just right underneath that. And this will allow the hair to bounce up, and I will not have cut off too much. Oh, almost poked myself in the eye. So we got the hair, we did it, we cut it. Let's see what this looks like. It's gonna bounce up. Thank goodness we allowed ourselves some space, right? So it looks silly right now. Trust me, I know. It always does at this point. From what I can see, she's exactly in the spot I need her to be. And I'm just gonna comb her forward. Oh yeah, she's good. Okay, so we didn't cut her too short. Amazing, and she's looking good. She's spanning out exactly where I need her to, but I am gonna go ahead and take my straightener, just pull these hairs forward with the heat and stick them there, because I really need them to act more like bangs and not like they have a split down the middle like how I was previously wearing them. So I'm gonna go grab my straightener and we're just gonna do that real fast. So I have my straightener here, it's just heated up. This is my favorite straightener, by the way. I've had it for many years, but she's going strong. Absolutely love it. I also love that it has the dial. It tells you exactly what temperature it is, so you're never guessing. I'll put this link from Amazon down in the description as well. It's actually a professional hair straightener, so you can use it on human hair wigs too. It's actually better for your human hair wigs versus like a cheap straightener that has, you know, really crappy plates. This one has really, really great plates. So if you feel like investing in a good straightener, this is a good one. I love that this is totally gonna cover the lace front and nobody will be able to see the fraying anymore. Thank goodness. Okay, she's pretty darn good. I mean, she's still got a little bit of a space, but that's fine. Let's go in and cut her now. So I'm gonna take my thinning shears, and the way to do this properly is to not cut, you know, like this, but to actually go up into the fibers and cut it across this way. And you'll get a really nice look. I am really liking the way she looks. She's almost perfect. I just need her a little shorter. This is hard to do because she's on my head and I'm like limited for seeing. But I should also point out that the reason why I'm doing it when she's on my head versus on a mannequin head is because at least this way I won't cut her too short. If she's on a mannequin head, it's so easy just to accidentally keep snipping away and eventually end up with very little hair. And I don't want that. Okay, so I am absolutely obsessed with how these are looking. I think they're framing my face very nicely. I think they've thinned out quite a bit and they're looking really beautiful. So for that reason, I'm now ready to move on to the next step. And I'm gonna take out these clips, and what I'm gonna do now is actually take my thinning shears and we're going to thin out the rest of this wig. See these longer, thicker pieces that we talked about earlier in the video? I wanna make this thinner. I want to make it feather back, and I just want it to blend in with the bangs and look really natural and beautiful. So we're gonna do that now. Just gonna take my fine tooth comb because I really, really want to get every single fiber laying totally straight so that I can make these scissor cuts and it's gonna look good. And already I'm liking her so much more than when we first started this video. Very sleek. If you're doing this yourself, remember to keep your scissors on a bit of an angle and just chop away as you go down, taking little pieces by pieces. Okay. So that's already looking so much better. Can you see how it's just sort of feathering out? I have it tapering with layers. So now I'm gonna go in and thin out those ends. So how you do that is pretty much what we did up here with the bangs. You're coming in at it like more of a straight on and you're just kind of moving along like this. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. But since these kind of curve in, I'm gonna be coming at an angle but straight onto the fibers, if that makes sense. Because I really want to thin this out and make it not as thick. She looks totally different than the other side. Have a look at this. You see that? Compared to the all one length. I think the side we just did looks so much better. Okay, so I'm gonna do this side, make it the same. So let's make sure I get that first layer. Starts here, so I'm gonna start here again on this side, taking my thinning shears and moving at a diagonal. Thin it down the same way I did it on the other side. Making little cuts in it as we go. And I always like to check my work. So take that fine tooth comb, comb it out, see what we've done, see what still needs to be done. Okay, it's looking better, but it's not where we need it to be. Need it to be a little choppier. I love thinning shears for this reason. If you did this with a straight edge scissor, this would just become a terrible mess. You would end up chopping way too much hair. Okay, so it's becoming very similar to the other side. So what I'm gonna do now is turn on my handy duty straightener and I'm going to straighten the sides to see how they're looking. Are they looking really similar? I'm gonna make them come in even more. I really want them to frame my face and create just like this beautiful wig style that will just stay in this style every single time, even after I wash her, because of course she's a heat-friendly synthetic. So that's the beauty with synthetic, is she will just keep the style I worked so hard to achieve today. So taking the straightener, I'm just gonna bend her inwards towards my face. On both sides. And by doing this, I'm going to be able to see if there's any hairs out of place or if I need to cut or thin any more. God, she's so beautiful now. Holy. She looks like a totally different wig. Okay, can we just talk about how beautiful she is? She's totally different. Guys, we did it. Not only did we take a wig that was so thick at the front, lace front was fraying, looked absolutely horrible and chunky on my head, it did not suit my face style. We took that wig, we thinned her out, we hid the lace front, we got rid of most of the fraying, we made some bangs, and now we have these beautiful layers. She's silky smooth. What do you think of her? I'm dying to know. I would be 100% comfortable and confident wearing her outside now. I'm so glad I didn't just give up and throw her out, because now that I look at her in the mirror on my face with some bangs, guys, these bangs turned out incredible. With some face framing layers, I just think she is absolutely stunning. I did make her a little bit shorter too. She's equal on both sides, and I'm in love with her now. She's kind of mysterious. She kind of speaks, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, get away. Leave me alone. I'm busy. I have money. No, I'm kidding. Are you guys feeling the vibes? If you guys like wig content, please consider subscribing, because I'm all things wigs on here and I would love for you to come back and hang out with me in the future. I'll see you guys soon.